Guns and silver and knives back at you. I'm going to be doing a little comparison between a Case Canoe knife and a Buck 389 Canoe knife. I know that there's a little difference in that the Case is made in America, USA, and the Buck is designed and quality control managed by Buck from the USA, but they're made in China. This particular knife, the 389. But it's still a Canoe, and it's still worth doing a little bit of comparison between the two. This one is Pearl Blue Kirinite Canoe, the handles, and this should be the burlwood handled Canoe, which are both pretty artistic looking knives. When we get them out, we'll see, of course, right? Checking out what we have for comparison. First, we'll break out the case. I got it all packaged up, plastic, and it's got the original paper wrapping they come with, which is it. I mean, it's kind of cute. Doesn't last long. There's high humidity where you are; it turns into toilet paper. But yeah, we got the blue Kirinite, pearl white, or pearl Kirinite, blue pearl Kirinite, which is a beautiful covering on the knife. And then the Buck, the plastic coverings. I think this is the original sheath, and I put it in plastic for travel purposes, a paper, a plastic bag. I'm gonna keep track of all the wrapping. But this is the Buck Burlwood, and they're fabulous. They're really good looking. Get a chance to come on over here and show you what we're looking at. The Buck Burlwood covered handles on the Canoe knife. I think these are 3 5/8 overall length. They both are. They feel a little different in the hand. The case is a little wider overall. Blades are a little bigger. But that blue Kirinite, pearl Kirinite, is pretty cool. Covers for the side. Overall, the case is a better looking knife. It has, in terms of pretty and shiny, the case has got it beat. But there's nothing wrong with the look of the Buck Canoe. It has purportedly nickel silver bolsters, but they look kind of heavy on the bronze side, if you ask me. We'll see down the line. I think that might just be optical illusion with the reflection off of the burlwood. I don't know, but they look a little brassy. The nickel silver on the bolsters of the case knife are real shiny, pretty. Shiny as a dollar. In terms of the quality of the knives, I am quite impressed with the Buck. Both the retention on the opening, both blades. The hollow grind shape of the blades is really cool. I like them. They're slicey. Yeah, there's a definite hollow grind to the blades. Whereas the Case Canoe, I have to drop that all the way to China. Toledo. But that drops down pretty good. But the blades on the case knife are flat grind, different spear point design. The opening on them, it's a darn burr to, Case has got this burr thing on the metal. It's even down here on the, by the tang stamp, they got a definite forever burr on them. You have to go through and polish or sand off. I like the blade width. I like the blade shape on the Case knives. The backbone and the construction of the knives are quite lovely. Blades are different in shape between the buck and the Case, although not so much as to make any kind of difference if you're cutting steak or apples or whatever. The blade, the pen blades, flat grind on the Case. Same cool spear point, or I guess that's an extreme drop point you'd say for both of these. This is more of a spear point on the buck, but it's technically all spear points are drop points because one side's not sharp. It's just reducing edge down to a point. The next test I guess we could do is the paper cut. Try the Case, we'll go main blades. It'll cut. That's a little rough. It cuts, but it's rough on the Case. Buck is real slicey out of the box. I never sharpened that. I haven't done anything to it. It's impressively sharp blade. I don't know about the pen blades. Same thing. A little rougher, but not much. No felt burr, nothing. The buck blades are right out of the box sharp. The Case, I don't know what it is, why you always have to touch them up, hone them, whatever it is, whatever the reason. Yeah, it'll cut, but it's snaggy, hangs up. It'll grab it and tear at it, but it won't slice right out of the box like the buck. But in terms of quality of craftsmanship, the Case is just fine and dandy. There's no argument there. The Case is a much better knife, and I'll spend my money on a knife, but that comes down to cost. USA made Case knife is I got it from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. These guys, the Case I bought, and it wasn't real deal, but it was out the door. Tax and shipping was $93 for this blue Kirinite, Pearl Blue Kirinite Case Canoe, 93 bucks. And I got this as a jumbo package, over 100 bucks, or $99 deal from Buck, and it was $32. There was tax, but no shipping. This was 32 bucks plus tax, which I think is probably around 37, near the $37 for this particular knife. And I think you can get variations on the Buck Canoe for a little over 19 bucks, like 20 bucks from Walmart and maybe Tractor Supply. You can get them on deals because they'll do a wholesale deal with big box stores. I kind of like the feel of the burrwood. You can feel the rivets, pins and rivets, and the scale on the Buck. Not so much the little bit of not much. Finish on the Canoe, the Case Canoe is quite nice. Little bit of rubbing on the pins and the rivets. But other than that, the case knife is the work of art. The buck is an absolutely great budget deal for a fine knife. Comparison-wise, though, I'm leaning with overall plus to the buck, just because you don't have to fiddle with honing that blade after you get it. All the case knives I've bought new in the last 2 years have had that issue with both blade rub. They match up in the channel there, and the sharpness problem are a real thing with the case knives. They have a little bit of quality issue with that. The match up on the buck is near to perfect. How they center in there and don't rub. This has a good pocket feel to it. They both kind of have a good pocket feel to them, hand feel, although the case is a little edgier, but I gotta say, the beauty of the case is the draw for me. Although I kind of wish the cost would come down a little bit, or the quality go up just a tiny bit on the case product. All right, so that's for me talking comparison about the buck Canoe and the Case Canoe. This is Chinese manufactured for buck, although the design work and quality control from buck are solid and right in there. And the truly cool thing, those brass liners and the color, the dynamics of the knife is really nice on the case. Hard to beat a shiny knife. All right, guys. God bless all you knife nuts and take care.